Sam.
Hi,
How are you?
Oh, I'm doing well. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. So did you get here okay today?
I did.
Good.
Yeah.
So this is our last meeting. How do you feel about that?
I'm a little nervous, but hopefully by the end of it I'll feel a little bit better.
Okay, yeah, we'll definitely get to talking about that and hopefully make you feel better at the end of this.
Perfect.
So, as usual, I'm just going to go over confidentiality really quick. I'm sure you know the drill. But, so whatever we talk about stays in here. Unless you talk about harming yourself or others, then we'll have to talk about that and tell somebody, but I think we'll be good.
Alrighty, perfect.
All right. So tell me how these past couple weeks have been with rehab.
They've been going really good. It's good to connect with people that have like the same issues, but I don't know. I was nervous about it at first.
What were you nervous about?
I don't know. I think I've never like made that step before to really. I mean, this was the most seeking help that I've ever done.
Yeah.
And that was just to originally keep my housing.
Mhm.
But honestly, it's going really well. It's
Good.
really good to just sit amongst those people that, I don't know, have maybe been doing it longer. They've got, I don't know, tools to use.
So do you get a chance to talk to the other people about it and see how how they're feeling
Yeah, I've
too,
actually made a couple connections with people, and some of them are doing really well.
That's good. Well, it is a huge step, and I'm very glad that we were able, to come here and then move to rehab, because that is a huge step, and I think that is really awesome that you were able to go there these past couple weeks. But was there ever a day where you struggled to get up and go to rehab, or were you really motivated to go?
The first day I was nervous, so I really didn't want to go, and I think I'm just kind of accepting that my past is needs to be my past, and I guess I've just been kind of worried about having to be done, being done using drugs, what that means for me, and what my life is going to look like. But I mean, I do want to stop, but I think just at first it was nerve-wracking, but now I'm feeling much better.
That's very understandable. So is this something that you would like to continue to do after our last meeting?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Good. I definitely think you should too. So what really motivated you? What was your biggest motivation to get up and go and, to stick through it? And
I think the relationships that were there, because again, I've struggled to make good, healthy relationships in my life. And so I think once I was there and I kind of saw who this group was and what they were doing, even the leaders of the group were all so nice.
That's good to hear. Maybe you can take that, those friendships that you have made and have them out of rehab, and maybe do something, outside of that environment as well. Would you be interested in, hanging out with them?
Yeah, I would. Yeah.
Good.
I mean, I've only met them a couple times, twice this last week. Past the first meeting. So there was the first meeting, then I had 2 more. But
maybe one day you could ask one of the people that, you kind of clicked with to go get coffee or something and talk about your day.
Yeah, I would like that.
So what on a scale of 1 to 10, can you rate your goals throughout this whole experience? What is your number one goal out of today or after today?
After today, well, I think in the past it was to stop using. Now I'm not using, although it's been really hard. I think that is still a goal, and also to just stay in my house, and just because I can see the health issues, I don't know, just the life issues that it makes for me. Even like with my friends, like I realized in that room that I didn't have any good friends.
Yeah.
That I could actually spend time with, and like, I don't know, I just saw, I guess, just continuing to not use would be my biggest goal.
So was there ever a time where you were struggling with using again after those meetings?
I mean, no more than
normal?
It was actually better than normal. It was just kind
That's
of,
good.
I don't know.
Do you think it was the meetings that really helped that?
I think so. And then I'd have people to talk to throughout the day, if I wanted to. I don't know. Again, I went to the Y too, and I was able to talk to people there. I really liked doing that.
That's good. So what do you think made you accomplish those goals? Like, personally, what do you think, motivated you big time
to go or to stop using?
Mm-hmm.
I think my housing and just kind of like cultivating a better life for myself.
Okay. So after, when you would get home from your meetings, I already asked this, but I just want to make sure that, you're, like, was there ever a time where you wanted to use again, even in the meetings when you were talking about it?
I think yes.
Deep down?
Yeah, definitely. But I mean, just kind of like the physical symptoms. I don't know.
Do you think there would be anything that would help with that you can think of?
I guess. I mean, just continuing to go.
Mm-hmm. Maybe like sometimes just writing down how you feel sometimes helps a lot. If there's ever a time where, you're having a bad day and you're struggling and you want to use really bad, pull out a journal, write about it, get your feelings out, or even reach out and talk to somebody. Do you have any friends or family that you could reach out and talk to if you ever, were just struggling for a day?
I've made some friends, I mean, just in the last couple of weeks, that I would be able to talk to at the Y, actually, so.
Good.
I don't know, I
So maybe
talk bad about that process. I did not want to go. But I made a couple people. The front desk lady is really nice. We talk.
So maybe, if you were ever struggling one day, would you ever think about going to the Y or going to the park or something to kind of, get your mind off of it?
Yeah.
I kind of just want to think of some things that, find your niche and, if you're ever, struggling, what can you do, to make you feel better?
I think I like talking to people.
Talking to people? Do you think writing your feelings down would also help as well?
To be honest, not that much.
Okay.
Maybe I would try it.
You could try it.
Try it.
Because sometimes, you write down how you feel and then that makes it easier to talk to somebody.
Yeah.
And also, at the end of today, I will also print off a sheet of paper that'll give you some hotlines, to talk to somebody if you ever get there, and some tips, to get your mind off of it. So since today is our last day, I am going to ask you, some final questions about our experience. So on a scale from 1 to 10, how do you feel about this whole process? Did it meet your expectations?
Well, considering my expectations of this were pretty low, I feel like I'm doing exponentially better.
Good, I agree.
And thank you. Probably like a 9.
Oh, okay, that's awesome. So on a scale of 1 to 10, how satisfied are you about meeting your goals and accomplishing all that?
I think this process has really gotten me to a place where I am set up for success. That I do feel good about going and doing my goals from this point. So that's kind of an abstract way of saying that I feel good about them so far. And now I feel good about kind of like what we have set up between rehab and just talking to people and that kind of thing.
Yeah. So do you think, so if you were ever, having a bad week or a bad month, do you ever think you would, want to come back here and have some more sessions? Or do you think that you will move forward and, take everything that we've learned and be able to be okay?
I think I would want to come back. Or maybe find like something else. I mean, I have enjoyed this time. But I don't know, rehab might do the same thing as I continue to move through that.
Do you know how many more sessions that you'll go to? Just however many?
I think they're on like a set schedule, so I've only been 3 times.
Okay.
And I think it's a couple months or something.
Okay. So also on a scale of 1 to 10, would you recommend these services to another potential client? On a scale of 1 to 10?
Yes, I would. Probably get a 9.
Okay. So overall, after this experience, what is the one thing that you're most proud of yourself for?
I think just moving outside of my comfort zone. I've been doing a lot of stuff that wasn't my idea, which is kind of like, not something that I normally do, but it has been really cool to see me like move into a place where I can kind of do that more readily.
Do you think, the old friend group that you did have, that you did drugs with, do you think if they ever reached out to you that you would be able to turn them down and not fall back into that place again?
I think so.
That's awesome. I think that's a very good goal that you have achieved, and I'm very proud of you for stepping outside of your comfort zone and doing things that you may not want to do, but that will help you in the long run. So at the end of this, I will have you go to the front desk and you'll fill out a feedback form, and I'll print out some hotline numbers and some tips. But yeah, so the one thing I just want you to always, remember is if you are having a bad day, you can find anybody to talk to. I think it's very good that you are willing to talk to people about your feelings. I think that's a really good strength that you have. So it was very nice to meet you, and I'm very glad that I've seen you come this far.
Right, and thank you again.
Of course.
Okay.
It did not go that long, but
That's okay. That is within